is it? Am I doing it now? Let's see. Wait for YouTube to catch up. Is this damn thing actually happening? Okay. I see a blank screen. How about now? Wait for YouTube to catch up. One's watching. That's either me or a sucker, because I clearly don't know what the hell is going on. Says I'm live. Okay. Wow. I am starting to wonder if OBS is worth the trouble. Holy crap. All right, so you set the thing up, and you set it to start at 8:45, but you still have to go and start it yourself instead of just waiting there and having it. Okay, whatever. Is this thing on? All right. If anybody shows up in chat, I should be able to see it from... I guess I should be able to see it from here. All right, so I want to be off studio mode. All right, anyways. Let's find out if this damn thing works. All right, so I'm still in page 4, panel 1, 2, 3, 6. And I am, again, trapping myself into a uncomfortable spot as far as the position of the figure goes. I was working on this last night, and I figured that I would come back to this and find a bunch of, what would you call it, freshen my eyes and see some spots in this figure that I'm just like not happy with. And I did not disappoint. There are some things that I'm not happy with. I'm gonna cut this mic out. Sorry. I'm getting boomer juice all over the place. All right. I'm supposed to be able to monitor myself from here. There. Maybe perhaps this is the level I should be at. All right. Good Lord. Is OBS worth it? One thing that I haven't been able to find out yet, and that might be a deep dive into YouTube University, is how to invite people into the stream to take part in the stream, not just in the chat from OBS. StreamYard, that's easy. From OBS, it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So, I'm just trying to make this rear arm look a little bit more realistic. I did use a photo reference just for the basic skeleton of the figure that was going over the railing here. But I feel like I'm in this odd perspective proportion thing. Actually, I feel like I just, with this digital software that I just started drawing, and I used to get into this habit of zeroing in on one specific part of, I would zero in on like this shoe here perhaps, and spend some time on that detail and just drawing like just that shoe, and then I would look at the whole drawing and I would see that that shoe was nowhere near the size that it was supposed to be, for everything else out of proportion. Totally. It goes the same right now when I'm looking at for this face right here. It should be a little bit more this way, and maybe split the baby on that. That looks a little better. Get a little bit of anger in there. He did just blow his buddy's head off by mistake. No reason he should be blaming himself. Blaming yourself would be something that an adult does, and that's not who we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a ultra-violent, immature individual who is not going to be with us for very long. Now what do we look like here? And it's kind of a semi-Baldwin, semi-Buzz haircut. Whoops. So what is absolutely nobody doing right now? I'm curious if this link actually works. Ah. Yeah, I can see myself. All right, there it is. So, I'm still getting used to the feel of, where is it? Still getting used to the feel of Clip Studio. There's a bunch of stuff I had to look up. Items up near the top that OBS is not displaying. They're displaying the illustration window and that's it. They're not displaying any parts of the usability of the program. It doesn't reveal any toolbars or anything like that. So the portion I was having an issue with was where there's options for, you know, new, open, save, you know, undo, redo, all that. And then some options for snapping to lines and things. I was just not used to the icons. The whole thing is, it's not completely different, but it's, you know, where you open, come on, you open something like, you know, a program that basically does the same thing as Photoshop or Illustrator, and you'll see that the toolbars are somewhat intuitive. They're similar because it's like a common language now. Other photograph or Photoshop type programs that come out are going to have a GUI that resembles Photoshop, so that people don't have to spend a ton of time learning how to use it. And Clip Studio Paint's a little bit like that. Some things are out of place, so you get that stranger in a strange kitchen feel. And most of what I've been trying to get a stranglehold on here is just how the brushes feel. I'm using an Intuos 3 Wacom tablet. It's pretty beaten up, at least, and you got to make sure that you keep it straight to the monitor that you're working on. If it's crooked, then your lines don't do what they are supposed to. So I have this guy jumping over the railing here, and there's something about his waist or somewhere near his bottom, near his trunk, that I'm not on it. Did I just make myself disappear? Anyways, let's check the YouTube side if anybody's coming in or not. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Anywho. So yeah, I don't know why I'm torturing myself. I got used to StreamYards, which is great. And the only thing that I really don't know how to do with OBS that I do know how to do with StreamYards is inviting somebody in and giving them the stream link. That is a trick I have yet to learn, and I forgot to look it up before I started this. So if anybody wants to interact, they're gonna have to do it through chat. I apologize. I'll fix that later for any buddies that want to come over and hang out. Let's see. Those arms kind of look like they, excuse me, look like they belong together. And I feel like I've got a weird angle on this one. It might be just as easy as moving the elbow. I gotta say, that this part here is convenient. Yeah, that might help a little bit. But it is, you know what it is? I'm just making it too hard for myself. You know how, like, when you lift yourself up over something and you want to use your body to give a little bit of inertia, so you know you're picking your arm up like this, and I'm trying to illustrate that where the elbow is pointed is the closest to you, but this arm is actually turning into something that is long enough to be straight out, and I think that is my main issue. I'm not foreshortening the bicep. I know. Trust me, I know. This whole panel, I actually thought this whole what'd you call it? This whole panel was settled in my head. I felt like I knew what I was doing, but then I was very graciously talked out of it by my writer/editor, and I'm glad he did. I like much better the direction this is going in. Okay, let's see, where was this? No. This is probably not the right way to do this. I'll have to compensate the lines on the forearm. The forearm can go straight sideways, but this bicep needs to be shorter because it's pointed at you. So the advantage, yes, you can manipulate your blue lines and fix all kinds of mistakes and things that you don't like. That bicep's still not good enough. But the downside is that you can fix all of your mistakes, and it takes time. Oops. Command first. Yes, some of the tools in here are intuitive. This select and morph, for instance. In Illustrator, it is the hotkey is E on the keyboard, and then you're moving things around differently than if you were just yanking corners. And sorry, at the desk. And so, in that respect, this tool is similar. If you want to draw something or select something, and then pick a tool to manipulate, you can shift, drag, and make it bigger, smaller. But hold down Command or Control on a PC, and you can skew and yank one corner. And probably shouldn't have. Should have had water before I started talking. So, back to the drawing board, literally. Get back over there. So whenever I'm basically just laying this one arm out for distance, and I will, in the inking phase coming up here real quick, interpret on the fly the foreshortening, so the bicep won't look like this totally. I'm going to want to look like it's coming towards us a little bit. And I do want this arm and elbow up in the air. Okay, I hope I can pull this off. It's because like I'll end up getting confused. See, that looks better to me. I'll end up getting confused between what I'm seeing in blue lines and what I want to see in black lines. Alright. So, shoulder's going to come back. Actually, so let's stay in the pencils here. Gummy eraser. Get the gummy eraser out, that should help. Alright, shoulder. Why is it white? Shoulder. Upper bicep. Lower bicep. Back to the ink. That means the shoulder can't be there either. Come on. That can't be there. All right. Pencil. Pencil. Okay. I was looking over some Green Lantern Rebirth. I picked it up for one reason, and then I ended up rereading it. I wasn't actually rereading it. I was looking at the art. I'm gonna screw the first name up. Rafe Sandoval. Oof, man. I do this thing where I will... Oh, what's up, Jimmy? You too. How long have you been there? I gotta remember to look at the chat. Yeah, what's up? Totally honest. Let me know how everything sounds, how it looks, um, and if you know anything about OBS more than I do, because I'm I'm desperate to learn more. I don't want to. I don't want. I mean, who really wants to suck at anything they do? I don't. So if I'm understanding this software well enough, you know what? This is actually going to go from here. If the elbow's here, then that connects up there. So your stuff has been coming along really well too. I don't get a chance to see every video or hang out on every stream, yeah, but I've been seeing your speed drawings and stuff. You're cranking out some stuff. I can hear your computer. Your voice comes through good enough. Okay, you can hear my computer. I'm not even sure what that means. You mean you can hear this? Get back to OBS so I don't have to wait for the response. Because while I'm monitoring myself on OBS, there's a slight echo. It doesn't bother me. That's the kind of thing that you get used to. But what the hell just happened? I lost my chat window. Why does the chat window disappear? That makes no sense. Did I just disconnect? I must have done that. This must. How do I get? Wow. OBS. View. The chat used to be like stuck in here with the rest of the thing. But now if I click on if I click on the program I'm working on, the chat window disappears. What the hell? You can hear the fan. You know what? You might actually be picking up the hum from the light. I know you can hear that. I can hear that. Me thumping the desk in frustration. This is not intuitive at all. Why would docs menu, docs, chat, but then it disappears. Okay, docs, lock, UI. Nope. I'm afraid to click that. Whenever a warning window comes up, I'm afraid. But why won't it? Just to give you an idea what's happening here, I can see, and when I'm on OBS, I can see a chat window that feeds the YouTube chat to me in the OBS program. And it's in its own window. And it was, somehow, stuck so that I could see it. But if I click off of OBS to try to draw, the chat window disappears. I'll never see anybody say anything. And I would consider that rude. even if I give it room to stay on this other monitor, it still just goes away, and I do not get it. That's how do I even explain that to YouTube? How do I describe this problem? For crying out loud. I'm seriously starting to wonder whether this is worth the frustration, because I know I could do something with it. Chat, show chat. Okay, so it lets me see everything. Maybe it goes down here. Oh man, yesterday I tried doing this and it was such a mess from the beginning. I shit canned the whole thing, had to start it over in StreamYards and hurry up and throw links out to it has the pop-out window for chat, and I'm looking at it right now and I can see it as long as I'm in OBS. But as soon as I click into any other application like Clip Studio, the thing that I'm drawing in, I wouldn't be able to interact with anybody because that chat window disappears. That's the dumbest. Why would they do that? And I don't know why it started doing it. I just moved it out of the way, and I must have. All right, I'm gonna reset. It's gonna give me the warning. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. I can bring it over to this other monitor, and as soon as I click multi-view, windowed, stats, status bar, source, blah, 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 yada, yada. I seriously have to go into preferences to figure this out? I don't know this program well enough to just... What a fucking pain in the ass. Well, at least it tells me that you got a wrench. You deserve that for sticking around. I got a viewer. That's wonderful, isn't it? I guess I'll just have to move this over and watch it from YouTube. What a fucking stupid. That's so dumb. All right. Well, whatever your chat, if you're chatting something, you're just gonna have to, I guess, wait a little bit because I'm gonna have to watch it come in through YouTube. All right. So. Where am I at? Inks. Now I'm all discombobulated. Ink. His arm is supposed to be getting lifted up. Yeah, it is. I always say that to my my writer / editor. And this has happened to me before. Anytime you're working out a problem, if you all you need is like a set of ears to try to explain it, whatever it is, and in the explanation, the solution presents itself. That person could just be not even be doing anything. They could just be like standing there with a dumb look on their face. I think they have to convince you somehow that they are listening. Okay, so elbow, top of that arm. And then I believe it's the lat. The lat goes into here. Jeez, I'm starting to go into this some kind of a spiral here. The bottom of the arm is going to do this, and then you should see a little bit of bicep there, tricep, into the lat. Yeah, well, it's like it helps you key into into yourself. But yeah, it's a good way to put it. Okay, it's like this. Years ago, when I rode the bus to get anywhere, it was a long time ago, there would be moments where you'd be waiting for the bus. You thought it was going to show up, and it doesn't, not right away. And I was also a smoker back then, so what I would do is, waiting around for the bus, you're bored, what do you do? Also, this is before cell phones, so easy to get bored. So you light a cigarette, and as soon as you light a cigarette, that's when the bus shows up. So it's kind of like that. The person who's listening to you has to actually be listening, or convince you that they're listening. Otherwise, you coming up with your own solution just by talking to somebody about it, it doesn't work. Okay, so elbow. So if I'm nice and clear, does it mean that I'm too loud? Because there's the tiniest bit of a delay from the microphones into my headphones. I might actually take the headphones off because it can be distracting. It also sounds kind of cool. It sounds like you're a big rock star. Okay. What's up, Grim? Yeah. Well, I mean, there can be. I'm not saying the other person can't say anything. I'm not saying that they can't offer their ideas. I'm saying that often, or maybe it's just me, I'll end up talking about it to the point where I will start going, well, maybe this and maybe that. And before long, I got 3 solutions that I didn't have simply because there was somebody standing in front of me. And I've said that to Julius before. Sometimes you're the ball, sometimes you're the wall. You need to be the person that somebody bounces something off of, or the other way around. See, I'm not getting this hunched shoulder look here. Oh, that's cool. I don't even know how much of a rewatch there's going to be. Like I was saying to Jimmy YouTube here, I wanted to get used to OBS, and it's really kind of turned more into a frustration. I hope I don't end up chipping away at this panel forever, because there's going to be a point where I want this page to be, done, and like yourself, Grim, put to bed. But I do appreciate you showing up. I only had to put 1 link out for the show this time, not 2, because I screwed the pooch like I did yesterday. I'm kind of feeling my way around these muscular striations. I had a phone version of Streamlabs. Maybe I will, because I want to be able to do cool stuff. I want to look smarter than I am when I'm streaming. But if it's anything like this for too long, I'll probably just stick with going to StreamYards and keeping things simple. but it does look like a, computer programs are like a new playground to me. I'll find something that looks like it's going to be fun to use and really cool, and then I get into it and I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting boomer juice all over the place. But I might try that Streamlabs. I know a lot of people use that. Too sharp. Oh, that's cool. In fact, maybe I'll download it. I'll take a look at it. If it looks like it's the way to go, I will shit can this OBS thing because I can't stand things taking up space on my hard drive, no matter how small that is. And maybe we can set up a stream around 1:32. Well, I won't. I'll be at work. I'll keep Discord open if you want. I can probably try something like that, but I don't get home till 3:30, so maybe there's something that we can do on the weekend. I'm not gonna. I'll be a little busy Saturday morning, but not entirely. I'll keep in touch with you. We'll figure something out. We'll align those planets one way or the other. Sound good? I can't actually see chat through OBS too. It's like really frustrating. I can't see the chat window until unless I'm in OBS. It decided to undock itself from the window. Now when I click off to another application, it disappears no matter where I put it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just contact you through Discord whenever I'm home. Keep an eye on the chat there or on Discord, and whenever you reach out, you reach out. That's fine. I'm easy. That's what she said. Sweet dreams, Grim. Oh, thank you. It is great. It's I try my darndest. All right, so isn't it? Well, I'm again. It's like I was saying to Jimmy. I'm following. I have the OBS window pulled aside so that I can see the YouTube side of the chat. So whatever you're putting in there is showing up a little bit late. That's why I sound like what is it? 7 seconds behind you or something. But oh yeah, I'll hook up. I won't let you get away. Let's see. I gotta keep an eye and remind myself of my light source. That is something that Sandoval is really good at. I should be. Where am I gonna be dark? I can right through here. Here. Yeah, I mean, I can't stay on forever either. I might, I work early in the morning, but I thought I could conquer this OBS thing. I know it's a tease. I don't mean to be a tease. That's not working. Do you hear that? That's the neurotic dog wondering where everybody is. He has to run around and check and make sure I'm here. Wife is in this room, daughter's in the other room. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. Either that or he's trying to get someone to let him outside, which happens every 10 minutes. I mean, this guy doesn't need to have like superhero muscles. He's just he's gonna die in like 4 panels. Oops. Spoiler alert. He's gonna die in grand fashion. Actually, he's gonna die. You won't actually see it happening, but you'll get the impression that it was ugly and painful and probably a little messy. I'll be actually using a metaphor to kill him. Ah, jeez, you and me both, man. I don't know how these. It's so frustrating having to do anything besides this. Like I have, because I need the whatever side work I get from my, my business on the side. I need the money, especially now because I'm having like severe plumbing issues that are going to cost about, $12,500 to fix. The yard, the yard is going to look like a bomb went off, literally. And it's not. I'm not. It's. I can afford it. I don't want to, but I'm busy, kind of trying to make sure that I have the funds to put back into what I'm spending, and I want that to happen as soon as possible. So I have to accept jobs for things that I've been saying since I got into this book that I don't want to do. I'm trying to make a transition from doing nothing but pinstriping and custom paint to a little pinstriping and custom paint. And but I hooked a pretty decent fish. I'm supposed to do some distressed lettering on a pickup, and that would actually be kind of like be fun to do. And I want it to turn out good, but I don't want it to take forever because I want to get back to this. It's like that thing. I feel like there's I have a sense of responsibility because I put it out there, because I spoke and said, yes, I'm doing a comic book. I don't want to then, not do a comic book. That would be like Bush League to myself. You make promises and you want to stick with them. Oh, Cool Frog, what's up? Trying OBS, not working out that great. Can't see the chat window. I have to rely on a time delayed YouTube. Is that how a shotgun goes? No, it goes up over the top here. That's going to be the pump rail. That's going to be the barrel. That's going to be the barrel. I might clean this up later. I'm doing this from memory. Ammo tube. Front sight. Yeah, because there's, and I keep explaining it too. And they may be starting to understand what I'm talking about, because when my family hears me downstairs talking to no one, basically like what I'm doing now, Like I've done my bit for King and Country, and I don't mean anything by this, but I kind of just want to go and do my own thing. We'll spend time together at some point, but right now it's like this what I'm doing. Anytime I'm down here doing something for myself, I feel like I'm with the other woman, and you know you end up getting pulled away from it for some bad reasons. Now I'd say like bad reasons, but phone calls. It doesn't have to be anybody that you live with either. It could just be like that one email that gets your attention, to the person that texts you and says, "Oh, hey, did you remember this thing or whatever?" Or a client that has a question, and you were in the groove. You were thinking about the thing. That's the thing that you want to think about. Now they're forcing your mind off of this thing. It's oddly enough. I mean, as long as I can just talk out into the open and not, I can look at the chat every once in a while, make sure I'm not ignoring anybody. But it's you just want to keep going with it. Pistol grip on the bottom. Keep going and get as much in as possible. I don't want it to look like shit, but I don't want it to take forever either. I've been messing around with these 4 pages for far too long, and whenever Julius gets back to me with his thoughts on the layouts, I've got 35 pages written and laid out. I should scripted and laid out, but we might put some changes into that, and I'm excited for us to both end up on like the same page. And you get inspired to like finish the story because you can see the end of the road. You know what I mean? It's like driving with no direction, unless you can you get everything plotted out the right way. Because right now, like this page here, this is just kind of like standard. Royalty-free BAM. I'm not sure I understand what that means. BAM. Royalty-free BAM. Like, what is BAM? But this is like a standard layout, just a bunch of rectangles. And I've seen some more dynamic panel layouts, and I want to get into it, and I want to illustrate this thing from the beginning to the end, so that I don't like document the progression of me learning stuff, but kind of be like I want it to be a much better book at one end than it was at the other. Are you talking about music? Because I have looked into some, like this is a piece of royalty-free music I was using for an old podcast. And that goes on for what? It's just an instrumental stuff that goes on for 4 minutes, 22 seconds. But I have looked into some other stuff. Wow, background music. Well, didn't StreamYards has introduced that, where you can play. It's not great, but they put it in there so you can use it. But I have there's some halfway decent stuff. But that's one of the things that that piece of music that I use in the beginning in my intro is. I reached out to the guy and asked him if I could use it in a commercial type thing. I was doing a little video for a product that I sell to Pinstripe, and he's like, "Yeah, cool." And then I was like, "Well, hey, how about for this and for this?" And like he didn't drop off the face of the planet. He's like he was doing really good music, and now he's making really good food in the Catskills. And if I hear from him and he's like, hey, don't use that, I won't. But it feels like the thing where he just like decided he's doing something else, and I mean, it is literally it's some of my favorite music. So I'm really glad for the time that I can use and introduce other people to it. But I found that when MP3 was, you could just go to mp3.com and find stuff. See, I feel like this whole side needs to be dark. And I am not super comfortable just filling things in with black. But here we go. Let's get the paint bucket out. Come on, I know what this is. Oh, it's gonna save. It better be saving. I hope it didn't crash. Yeah, it's saving. Oh, I don't know. I mean, that would be like, yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I haven't left the pinstripe community. It's just not something that I'm concentrating on as much. Or like custom airbrush. I still have all my stuff set up. I can still do a job if I need to, but it's been a long time since I wanted to just go and do one of those projects. Mostly because I want to work on this. Why is it doing that? Oh, for come on. You telling me you don't know what the bucket is for? I must have had more than one layer, so here we go. It's gonna sit there and think and color everything in black. So, and then I gotta undo it or whatever. Just do this. Do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, let's see, that probably works, and then I can do a little secondary light over here. Get a look at the front. Yeah, that might do it. That's more dramatic. Yeah, but leaving a community, yes, bummer. There's a pinhead meet that happens over in not too far away from here in Ohio that I get invited to every year, and I love the guy that put it on, and the guys that show up. Very very special people. I love seeing them every year. But I'm out of vacation days. I had to take my last one so that I could stay home and deal with this the plumbing situation that's going to cost me a lot of money. So I'm going to be out of money, and I'm out of vacation time till the beginning of the year. But first world problems, you know. I have seen the dot shading used in manga, and I'm not going to say like I appreciate manga. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm kind of, what do you say? I appreciate that standard fare that everybody knows. You know, like I've seen and like Akira. I tried to absorb what was that one? The Attack on Titan, Robotech, in the '80s. I loved that. That was really good. Very creative. In fact, the way that those Veritech fighters folded and unfolded and transformed into from robot to airplane to Guardian mode is exactly the way that the Transformer, I believe it was Starscream, exactly the way that he transformed. That was a cool toy. My brother had that. Robotech I really liked. But yeah, my experience with manga is from like the '80s. You know, Voltron and not the one with the. I mean, yes, the one with the 5 lines, that was cool. But there was another one that was made up of more components, all of them vehicles. And it was the whole thing was in space, and you know, one big box van was an upper leg, and another big box van bigger than that one was a you know, a shin, left shin, right shin, and I mean, it was different. It was almost like a cross between Voltron and Star Blazers. Yeah, we'll put it this way: my experience with manga goes as far back as when they were still calling it Japanimation. If that's any help. But there's something about the way that that stuff is written. It's like there's some real crazy concepts. Like even in Akira, I had to watch that a couple of times before I understood. So you're saying that the power behind a single-celled organism and the way that it consumes and grows to the nth degree is what is happening when that. I mean, I have a bike over here of I might as well go grab it. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this to work. Just do where is it? Mainstream. There we go. Yeah, you should be able to see this. Good hat day. Okay, so it's the delay. Anyways, I have this. My brother got me. That's which one is that? I mean, Kanada's the guy on the bike. Tetsuo. Oh, now the chat window is in my way. Tetsuo. And you can actually, there's a robot arm over there, like that bionic arm that he put together. You can pull this off and put the other arm on, but he doesn't fall over if he's got this thing on. But yeah, the cape's really cool. It's all rubbery and sorry if that was too loud. I should probably take it to work and blow it off with the air tool. And then these were on sale. I put these together. These were a lot of fun. Xeon and Gundam, which I actually like the way these guys look better. And the Gundam Wing PlayStation video game is enough to make me want to go and replace my my PS2. Then Kanada's bike. Yeah. It doesn't turn. It just kind of this goes up and down. And it says immigrant on the side there. It says it on both sides. Yeah, not exactly what the bike looked like as far as the decals and stuff are placed, but don't even remember where that stuff was sitting, except for the print. When I go to put them back, I can see how badly I need to dust down here. Yeah, everybody's every time you see one, people love to evangelize about manga. In fact, the only reason why I was watching the Attack on Titan was a guy that I work with, who is not your typical. I mean, the people that I work with are not your typical comic book guys. Even the one guy that I work with who is a comic book guy, he sticks to mostly like way out of the mainstream indie stuff, and most everybody else are, they spend their money on 4x4s and motorcycles and stuff. And so when this guy was telling me, yeah man, this Attack on Titan thing, he like binged a whole bunch of it, and I was like, really? Well, if that makes you binge, then it should be something else. And it was. There's a creep factor to those giants, and the technology that they use to do their battles with it makes absolutely no sense, but it is kind of cool to watch. Like, you're using compressed gas and Spider-Man cable slinging things with disposable samurai sword blades. And one of the things that made it not so easy to watch was you have to pause and make sure that you're picking up on all of the badly translated Japanese whenever they're trying to explain all the technical stuff, how the equipment works, how the walls work. And every time you get into one of those things, it's like, oh, this world is a lot bigger than I thought. But those weird retarded giants, that's the thing that kind of kept me coming back for more. They're just creepy looking, Yeah. Omnidirectional mobility gear. Yeah, basically means you can go anywhere with these. Omnidirectional mobility gear. It sounds like something like if Willy Wonka was into weapons manufacturing. No, that's dumb. Don't do that. Do this. So, okay, I've got this guy. So I got this guy. I need to do some more technical type stuff. And I'm trying to illustrate basically him jumping over this portion here and going down these stairs. But it is at a different angle, so no, that's going to work. Yes, I was. No, it's not for a 10-year-old, especially when they hit that nice girl. The clowns. What's up, Tony? Yeah, where did you come from, actually? I don't recognize you, which is great. I'm totally down with that. I'm just curious. What string? Where did you find the link? All right, let's see. What is layer 1 for? Okay, I'll use layer 1 for this then, since I don't know what layer 1 is for. Yeah, what was that night? Was that, I think it was at 88? I remember the translation that I had was a lot different than like after a couple of years it changed. It was like the person who did the translation for it the first time I saw it on videotape did not know how to speak Japanese, or there was a disagreement as to what it all meant. Oh, well. So you found me by accident, is what you're saying. That's cool, man. I'm down. Maybe it was on Discord. I was throwing it out to some private messages. But anyways, welcome aboard. See, I feel like maybe if I make this guy bigger and off screen, go to pencils, ink, do this. Get the lasso. Then I lasso the whole thing. And then so I'll have a bunch of empty space off to the right, and I don't want to crowd the panel, but if I have his arm hanging off, even though that's, so I did the work, so what? And if I've got him going from the top corner like this, then that's going to give, putting that empty space down in the bottom right corner of the panel is going to give it a little bit more of a you are headed this way feel, and then I can get rid of that. Wrong? What are you saying that for, Cool Frog? You know what? I think I know what your whole thing is. What's up, Turgratorx? How does that? Is that how that sounds? Is that how that's supposed to be pronounced? Cool Frog, you have to. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to explain. And fair warning. I'm answering stuff late because I cannot get the OBS chat window to stay open when if I click off into another application, and I don't know why it's doing that. I need an OBS expert in here. So I'm watching the YouTube chat. Okay, so I'm going to be on ink. Okay, yeah, thanks for showing up, Jimmy. I appreciate it. For realsies. Call my uncle, a likely excuse. Oh yeah, I was throwing all kinds of wrenches out. Is that what? Now I don't know if that's why. Cool Frog. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I was showing off some toys. Let me go there. Yeah, I was showing off some toys, and I needed the whole monitor. Jimmy YouTube said he could hear a fan, or I was assuming it was like maybe a buzz from the light. For whatever reason, it seems like OBS gives me a more sensitive microphone. So if anybody wants to let me know how shitty the sound is, go right ahead. I'm way ahead of you. Boris Vallejo? Could you be talking about the Great Boris Vallejo? Oh, that's going to be that stuff on the wall is all Frazetta. Well, almost all of it is pencil drawing of back in the day garage from a car show. But that goes Frazetta. In fact, here. Let's see what you can see here. Okay. That's my ringer. In my text tone. Little Megadeth. Frazetta. Autographed picture from Steve Perry, and that's a Brahm. And the rest of the stuff here, these are all pinstripe panels and some of my own art, and that's a magazine, like a free Take One magazine. I had some stuff, and that is my AR. Those are like bunch of those lights are way too bright. So let's see. My sound is a little low because I've got the mic cranked up all the way here. I mean, if it's a little low, then I would have to I'd have to bring it up on the soundboard. Yeah, Frank Frazetta, the godfather of fantasy art. From him, all things are painted. Let's see. This should all be black in here. Let me get the croquille. Oh, see that it's important to know who everybody is. It's important to know who's messing with you and who isn't. I still can't figure out if Cool Frog is messing with me. I mean, he had me giving people wrenches and taking them away, and it was stream last night was Cool Frog giveth the wrench and Cool Frog taketh away the wrench. And they were my wrenches, and he was getting me to do it. It was like I was his marionette on my own stream. It was a very odd feeling, and I didn't like it, and I'm still confused. I mean, I can actually throw on some music that YouTube will not know what to do with. It's actually pretty good. You guys, tell me if you can hear it. And tell me if you can hear. Oh, I'll go to OBS so I can see the chat. Yeah, Tony K is here. Can you hear this? Mike, it's a yes or no, maybe so. Anybody hear that? Okay, I'll wait. Because I don't know if like playing music. Oh, you can. Okay, good. All right. I'm not going to play that one because that's my intro song. I love this one. So if you need me to turn it up, I will. Everyone, everybody, everyone. Gotcha. Oops. Everybody, everyone. There we go. Who you are. That must be a closing. There was a method. There was a time. There was a scene. There was a crime. Black of night. Midday sun. Everybody. Everyone. Whoop, 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 whoop. Who you are. Who you are. Is good music like a good meal? Everybody shuts up while they're eating, or in this case, listening. Because the last time I saw anybody say anything was teaching me about the 30-second delay on YouTube. But you guys all heard that. Oh, that I like that one. That was good. See, this is the cool thing about being into music that is so obscure that even YouTube doesn't know what to do with it. I mean, there's another band that I really like, but they've been like signed by a label. I mean, even though they're from Canada and they're for all practical purposes, they're not really well known in the United States, but they've got a big enough following that if I were to use their music, I would things would be pointed in a whole other direction as far as like monetization goes. Even though I'm not monetized, but I really did like this record. Let's see, what am I doing here? I've seen it all. And now I've seen it all. All right. A drama I will not attend. That's a good lyric right there. And now I've seen it all. All right. I'm spending way too much time on this random fabric texture, but fabric has always been kind of a challenge for me to get right, and that looks good to me. It's one of those things where it starts working out, and and you're happy with the way that it's going, and you don't want that feeling to end, so you just keep going and keep going and keep going. And there is going to be a point where I have to, I mean, not just like stop this because it'll end up looking overworked, but go get ready for get my evening ready for my morning. Get my evening routine, which is my evening routine is making my morning routine as painless as possible. Put all the vitamins in the same cup and get the coffee maker ready and set it up. All that stuff. Shower, gotta get a shower. Clean my ass up. Now I've seen it all. And now I've seen it all. And now I've seen it all. And now I've seen it all. I'll get through this this song here. This is a good one. I love this. Got a real nice tribal. I don't even know what's making that noise, but it's a good sound. Come on. There. Hmm. You know, maybe I should put some lines in here that is more like a Dutch angle. Like, what is this? There's a bunch of layers in here. I don't know how they got here. Okay. In other words, a Dutch angle being like anytime you went into your Batman would go into a bad guy's house and his hideout. The camera would be crooked. Give that the viewer that things were kind of something just wasn't right. You know. But I think I might try to do something where it's part banister, part stairs, part maybe like a looking down or I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to pencil this in some, I think. Wait, I don't want to be on that. I don't want to be on that layer. I want to be on this layer. Oops, my bad. Something's still not. When does the tear in my soul mend? When do I say goodbye? That is a good question. When do I say goodbye? I was supposed to say goodbye already after the last song. Sully's here. This always happens. It happened last night. I was going to bail, and that's when everybody showed up. And by everybody, I mean Sully. This tonight, Sully is everybody. And then she puts the smiley faces with the stars, and it makes her look like she's like super excited. And how do I, how do I disappoint my adoring fans like that? This ultimate fame thing is really hard to do. What is that? Why is that stuck there? What is that stuck on? What layer? Is that on this? What in the hell? It's not the borders, not the shadow, it's not the ink, it's not the wood floor, not the grays, not layer 2, not layer 1. How about that? I'm gonna get rid of that. See that? Sully's sensitive to. Yeah, this is Clip Studio Paint on my Mac. I'm on a different monitor, so that's why I'm looking over here. This song is called Dionne Warwick. I believe it's called Dionne Warwick Can Go Straight to Hell. Yeah, Dionne Warwick is going straight to hell. Reach in your wallet, grab your credit cards and call my name. And you feel it, wow, I think I'm getting something now. So apparently our hero musician was inspired by how there must have been many, many lives that were ruined by Dionne Warwick and her psychic friends, and decided to write a song about it. Thank you, Sully. I think it's cool too. Though I'm telling you what, I'm decisions. This needs to be really dark here. That's better. I think that's better. This all needs to be darker. Okay. You've got the answers I need as long as I can pay. Reach in your wallet, grab your credit cards and call my name. Can you feel it? I think I'm getting something now. Nothing's changed. Now he looks like he's got Spock ears. I might have to spruce up that shotgun. I'll end up doing that later. Whoop. I'll end up doing that later. But I'm sorry, Sully, you just got here, and I was telling our friends that it's 10:30 here. I get up at 6, and I still have some stuff that I need to do. I need to make sure that my life doesn't fall apart in the morning. So I was going to take off, and what am I doing tomorrow? I have an eye appointment and something else. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on, but I'll make sure I try to pay attention to what's going on Tubes and in the Discord, and stay up to date with all the goings on and stuff. So, but when I see your stuff up there, I try to get there and like it, and stay on for some algorithm love for you guys and your channels and stuff. So thanks for hanging out, and let's see.
You can't rush art.
I'm going to take off, and I'll see you guys soon. If you haven't liked and subscribed, for anybody who is in the chat, and then for the people in the future, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do that. Ring the bell, and then I will talk to all you guys soon, man.
Mimi sizungumzi Kiingereza, mimi sijui.
English, motherfucker!
Sijui bwana.
Well, I gotta figure out how to end this and broadcast. All right, see you later. Thanks for hanging out.